So I'm looking at my beard in the mirror, seeing all this gray. Somebody said I looked old with this thing. I'm okay with that. I realized that, well, that was embarrassing. I realized that while, let's see if we can try this again. I realized that while the average person, the average black male in America, no matter where their background is, they said the average lives about 70. I am about to be 44 in a month. And so I guess technically I am middle-aged. I don't feel middle-aged. I guess when I thought middle-aged, I thought like 50. But I guess 44 isn't really that big of a difference between the two. And I'm just working on stuff. I'm trying to do all this art stuff and get all these things going, and etc. And I don't know what my next steps will be when I finish this piece. I've got this plan to work on some things that I haven't done in a long time, comfortable art pieces and whatnot. And I think they're gonna work out pretty well, but I'm a little nervous because you get nervous sometimes. Even artists like me, who've been around forever, who've been doing this forever, we still get nervous. Don't let anybody ever lie to you. I had an artist ask me recently, do you still redraw your old stuff? And I told them, like, to see if you've gotten better. And I was like, I don't really put myself through those types of things anymore. Like, there's probably something that I've redrawn before, but typically it's because I'm working on it currently. It's not really a situation of like, I'm not testing myself to see if I can be better at something I do. They're different emotions that brought them forward into existence. So I don't need anything to prove to myself anymore. I've done it. And then they asked, do you still use sketchbooks? And I was like, yes, I still use sketchbooks. Everybody I know still uses sketchbooks. They're just good for your brain. Like, they can be ugly, they can be pretty, they can be all these things, but they don't have to be complicated. So, have an ugly sketchbook. It's good for you. Have a nice sketchbook, have an ugly sketchbook, have a secondary, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a 12th, whatever you need. Just do it. Just make it. I'm still reading my Frankenstein's Bride Klimt book. God, that's a messed up book. It's interesting, but it's just messed up. Reading more about Klimt, I realized, like, it's just insane. He lived in a weird time in Austria, so. And then the story of the Bride of Frankenstein, like, it's made me read two things, and I realize the sadness of that story. It makes me think of things for art. So I'm just kind of working on stuff. So yeah, and we begin. I felt tortured for a little while about this piece. Like, I was trying to work up the courage to do a nude figure again. I hadn't done one in such a long time, and I'd kind of been given grief at one point in time about it. So I wanted to just make something and feel complete with it. And I realized to the fullest extent, like, this may not be something that everyone is going to like, but when did I stop making art that was because I enjoyed it? I guess was the question I had in my head. So I'm going back to that. I'm getting back into this vibe of not listening anymore to anybody else. I feel like there's been a lot of, like, honesty in my heart about just kind of making things because it's my skill and my talent, and it's not so much about perceived or perception or perceived perception or whatever. It's just kind of one of those things you want to focus on whatever your vision is and just making it and going through with it and following these kind of momentary things in which you are existing in the art with, and other type of woo-woo zhuzh stuff. But I don't know, it's just true. Like, what did you like about art when you started doing it? What do you follow about art now because you've heard something about it?